Hello there, and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Thrawn's Revenge Imperial Civil War 2.3 preview playthrough as the Greater Maldruid. In the last episode, we tried to invade the last of the Greater Maldruid's territory in the Mid-Rim here, but they had a Bellator over Thanos that made things a little bit difficult for us. So today, we're probably going to continue building up. Well, we're definitely going to continue building up, but we're either going to have to attack Thanos and hope we can deal with that without losing too many ships, or we're going to have to go for some more of the Imperial territory over here. Maybe some PA territory. I do want to take back Telos, so that's probably a good first step. So I will unpause, and we'll use our combined fleet over on Telos, and we'll get our ground units ready over here. I'm going to send this other set of ships we've got building down to Roche, just so that they aren't as likely to attack with next to nothing and just kill all our progress there. Contruum could be a good... Yeah, Contruum is a good option for mines rather than going right back to Telos for that. So maybe we'll do that.
Building under construction.
We'll still get Telos back, but we can also put economic stuff here. Do the trade station. Gonna go. So we'll probably take Telos, Eelshaw, Cauldron Nebula, and Cauron. Get all those back. The PA, I'm assuming, is still pretty heavily built up. Oh no. This is the planet I wanted. You can't just invade it like that. Alright.
Assault frigate here. Tactical battle imminent.
So I should also say for the YouTube people, I am live streaming the recording of this. So if I end up responding to chat stuff and it doesn't make sense, there's a chance that will happen, but I'll try to make it clear when I'm doing that. So hi there everyone in Twitch chat. If you are not following the Twitch channel and you want to see that kind of recording, or other live streams that happen, there's a link in the description, so you should follow that.
Boat here. Attacking the ion cannons.
Still no Pathfinder. Probably got it killed.
IPV reporting.
You're not an IPV.
Location confirmed.
TIEs reporting in.
Armed and ready. Advance. Cruiser reporting.
Orders, sir.
Weapons charged.
Ready for command, sir.
Oh, this poor Z95 got here first.
Active. Weapons online. Going for their lasers.
TIE squadron standing by. Commencing attack run.
Nope, you're supposed to go after the fighters. I think I right-clicked on the IST.
I got fighters on me. Get over here and help.
Warpod, you can go ahead.
Our target priority is the laser cannons. Awaiting orders. Open fire.
Well, with Maldruid sending that fleet with either 2 Secutors and 1 IST, or 1 IST, or 2 ISTs and 1 Secutor, that hopefully does reduce their units at Thanos.
Gunship reporting.
Because they can't really pull from too many other places. So maybe we'll be able to go in and beat that Bellator.
We are victorious.
Okay, head on in there. I might have to cancel these for now. See if I can get a barracks or something. What's there? It is 2 Seculators, an ISD, and 2... And what are you? It is unrepaired. So that's a Bulwark 1. I'm gonna send you into that fleet. Well, just chill there. Nope.
Construction
Can you
complete.
There you go. What do we got there? So they're probably going to invade Bandamir soon. It might be the better idea to just focus on the Empire for a little while on this side.
Building under construction.
That'll get up to the full strength there. I think with all this stuff, we can probably take out that fleet.
Constructing.
So let's give it a shot.
Cruiser reporting.
Because they moved that ISD now. So we'll take Telos and then we'll get in, see if we can fight off that fleet over Contruum. We should have a good amount of fighters with that.
Moving out.
So we should hopefully be able to take out the Secular's fighter complements and then move in on it.
We've located the enemy. All right, men, take cover.
Nope. Stop. There you go. They're leaving. The Espos are currently like the lowest tier of infantry, so they can't fire while moving. I think that's probably going to change, make them regular, and then they can do that instead of...
Conquered.
Nope, stop that.
Beginning construction.
Because their B1s are supposed to be the really bad ones. I think we're maxed out on mines. Oh, this VSD would have really helped. Oh well.
Tactical battle imminent.
Let's grab our first 3 MTCs, actually. So, Defiler,
Unit.
Eagle's Nest, and Kiss My Axe.
Unit.
There they are. Blast them.
Still no Pathfind. I don't know why I've been forgetting to do that for the last few episodes of everything. Okay. I'll leave it back here. I'll try to send our fighters in first. So these skip rays
Target those lasers.
go after the
Starting attack
golem.
position.
Precursor. So you stop there.
Ready for action. Cannons armed.
I just don't want the precursor to hit that.
Batteries online. Direct fire at their laser cannons.
This group stays over there.
Coordinates.
Stay with your skip ray friends.
Ready for battle.
P95s. Go with the skip ray friends.
Target.
Data Star Destroyer reporting.
And the recusant.
Target those lasers.
Okay, now you can target it since you're not going to be in danger anymore. This group, go for that ISD. You can fly up there. And I'll just get it moving, so on the off chance that it can avoid some of the damage, maybe.
All fighters.
Reporting you, sir. Gladiator at your command.
Just go past it. You're taking fire from everywhere, though.
Destroyer reporting.
Prisoner is dead.
Destroy those laser
Weapons
cannons.
armed.
spotted.
Reporting in, sir.
Weapons ready. Yes, sir. Navigating
I'm running
to
out of
coordinates.
maneuvers. I'm hit.
Direct fire at their laser cannon.
Around for another run.
Gladiator at your command.
Formation.
What are there?
Go after the stragglers.
Yes, Commander. Target those lasers at your command.
They've got us targeted.
Target locked.
Alright, we should be able to kill it, or kill everything before
Can anyone else
the
see him?
third HV
Where
gunshot.
are you?
Click.
Our target priority is the laser lasers. We have them in our sights.
Someone cover me.
I got one.
I got fighters on me.
Enemy Star Destroyer reporting.
Get over here in hell. I'm under attack.
Rebel Dolphin, how did you optimize the game for settings, he's
I'm
asking me?
hit.
I'm...
Ready for battle. Target those
What settings do I have a really good computer, so I don't really have to play with any settings. But with the mod, we try to stay with lower poly counts so that the file sizes aren't as big, so you don't run into crashes from running out of memory with both textures and models. And it should also help even lower end computers not lag as much. The big bottleneck with the AW is always going to be the single core strength. So it's a 32-bit game, you can only use one processor core. It's single threaded. So if you have
Over here in hell.
a larger GC, that's always going to use
I'm hit.
more. And so a lot of modern CPUs, you haven't advanced as much in CPU individual core strength in the last 10 years since Empire Order came out, as much as companies have moved towards putting in more cores. So like if you have a dual core with the same base clock speed as an octa-core, then the octa-core CPU isn't really going to outperform the dual core for Empire War. So when I was building my computer, I just focused on the game or the rig that would play EAW the best, not necessarily what is the best overall processor. Oh no, Mr. Porto's ship died. That is sad with that name. Did they move more away? No. But yeah, with TR, like, we've had a really big emphasis on making sure the game runs properly. So we get questions sometimes like, why don't you ask so-and-so for their models? Like, well, those are several times the poly count in addition to a lot of them. Like, we make our own stuff, so that's one thing, but...
Roger that.
yeah, if our models are under 10k polys, and what we're being asked to use is 50,000, 60,000 polygons, then you're going to run into more performance issues. That's why we specifically don't do it. Like, if we wanted our stuff to be that high poly, we'd just make our stuff that high poly. Because, again, you can run into memory issues, the game will crash, and it'll be a lot more of a strain on lower-end systems. And that's also why we don't do rotating turrets on most things, because that's another CPU drain, in addition to requiring a lot more polys, because to model the turrets at that size, it looks really weird if you're just plastering a bunch of turrets on ships, so I really hate when mods do that, because the scale of the turrets, this isn't going to work, the scale of the turrets doesn't really match up with the scale of the resolution you're modeling detail at on the models. So if you have an overall budget for the ship of, like, let's say 20,000 polygons, and that gives you a certain amount of detail on the ship, but then, oh, we lost space double for that, but then you lose, or then you're doing the turrets, which are much, much smaller, but then each turret needs, let's say, 100 polygons. Then if there's, on an ISD, you have 8 of those, then with those turrets, it works out all right. But those are some of the bigger turrets in Star Wars. If you're putting one in for every hardpoint, like, there's over 100 weapons on an ISD, I'm pretty sure. 120 turrets, smaller ones. And, like, if you look at an ISD in EAW scale, you're not going to see most of those things. So if you're just, like, putting a turret on where those weapons are, like, Fractal Sponge made his really big, which I don't always like that aesthetic, but yeah.
Construction complete.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
Oh no. Oh, we can win this.
The enemy has been spotted. T2B over.
But yeah, so that's the thing.
T2B, copy. Ready.
The
Advance.
amount you're putting into the turrets ends up being a huge portion of what you're putting into the ship, which means you can't put the detail otherwise
Constructing.
in other places, and it just looks weird considering what the scale of turrets usually are in Star Wars. The exception being Fractal Sponge's designs, because he makes a lot of really high caliber turrets
On my way.
for like more than you'd see in other places. Like if you compare the Assertor or the Bellator to the Executor, like the Executor you don't really know where all of its thousands of smaller weapons are, but with the Assertor you can see like all the huge banks of octuples and everything.
Construction complete.
So it kind of does depend on the source as well. And then that's why an Executor modeled with a similar level of detail to the Assertor is going to have a lot more detail in the actual structure of the ship, whereas on the Assertor, you're either going to have to leave off some turrets, or you're going to have really low poly turrets, or you're going to have to give up a lot of detail in the superstructure.
Ready to go.
Fractal Sponge wants EAW to lag, is what I'm trying to say. Thanks for summoning, Wolfen.
Move out.
Alright, let's see if we can
Right away.
get a sensor node over here.
Moving to that area, sir.
Sensor node constructing.
that.
Construction
Awaiting orders.
complete.
Scanning area. Warm up. Heading out. Always ready, sir. On the move.
Turret constructing.
TV,
Awaiting orders.
Base is under attack.
Turret
TV.
constructing.
Affirmative. Scouting area.
Construction complete.
On it, sir. I've got him in
I paid a lot of money for these mines,
Facility destroyed.
you dicks.
my charge.
Construction complete.
Reporting in.
Mining facility
go.
destroyed.
I copy.
And there's a bit of a trade-off with the amount of content you have versus how... oh, crap.
Cores
Are you bombing? That's going to go here?
Adjust.
Yeah, so how much content you have versus what resources you can use for them. So if you have a bunch of ships in the mod, that kind of limits the detail level you can use for each one, because you are increasing the so if you have 50 ships that are
On the move.
50,000 polys,
Forward.
then
Scouting.
you're going to end up using a lot more memory than, especially if you can use more in one battle, than if you had 10 ships at that same detail level. So it's a trade-off in different areas.
Move it out. Roger that. Right away. Ready to roll. Heading out.
That's why I'd feel a bit more comfortable doing
Let's move out. Let's
slightly higher detail levels on some models in Fall of the Republic versus ICW, because in ICW there's a bunch of factions that have a bunch of ships, whereas in Fall of the Republic it tends to be like just 2, maybe 3 factions and much smaller rosters within that as well. Okay, well that's sad, we lost those buildings again.
Building started. Building
Let's cancel that one, we'll get the barracks and then we'll do that. Here we go.
navigating to coordinates.
Mandalore... No.
On the move.
Tactical battle imminent. System lost. Construction complete.
Alright, this is just one Secutor now.
Invasion commencing.
We'll get Aol Shah. This is an HV gun and probably the Capitol building. So... No, shield generator and HP gun.
Choose your reinforcements.
They didn't even bother building the capital.
All drug knowledge.
Capacity.
Which means we're not actually going to have to fight much. Or anything. This is just stuff that has no combat value in ground anyways.
Planetary control achieved.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
Battle imminent.
We'll get him next time.
Enemy unit sighted.
Choose your reinforcements. Reinforcements en route.
Flight speed.
Heading to now, sir. Yes, sir. On our way.
Engines to full.
Setting course.
Open fire.
Where's the target? Open fire.
Attack that target. Engines activated.
The lasers are our target.
Intercept.
Alright.
I'm on them. Enemies in range. Ready for duty.
Standing by.
Heavy cruiser standing by.
Roger that.
Stay in formation.
Take out the iron cannons.
Copy.
We're beating it up now that it's alone.
Direct fire.
It feels kind of cruel,
Fire for effect.
but it's what we gotta do.
Fire for maximum
Primary
effect.
target is the engine.
Fire at will. Attacking. Target.
Form up.
Excellent shot.
Someone cover
There.
me.
No engines, we're good.
I got it.
Everything is fine now.
Falling out of formation.
Draw their fire. Attack formation. I've got them in my sights.
I got fighters on me.
Coming back.
Gladiator at your command.
Getting a lock. Intercepting. I'm on.
Shoot him down.
Stay in formation.
Get over here and help.
It'll be really nice to have 2 full fleets. That's all I want in life. The second full fleet.
Reporting in, sir.
Where's our cover?
Focus fire on the turret laser banks.
We are victorious. Retreat aborted. Tactical battle imminent.
Okay, Cauldron Nebula, so this is just gonna be
Beginning construction.
a
Beginning construction.
space battle. Space only planet.
Look, sir, it's them.
I'll probably separate this fleet again, right? Do we have any? No. So this is just full out. Okay. Move the window. This fleet is just under full on its own.
Our target priority Waiting is order. the laser cannons. Ready to engage.
Awaiting command. Attacking.
Copy. I'm on it. The lasers are our target.
Time to go.
This poor recusant.
Our primary target is those iron cannons.
Gladiator at your command.
Don't die on me.
Lasers are our target.
Don't die on me.
Targeting.
Take out the iron cannons. Our sensors are being affected by the nebula, sir.
And the more we've started to basically write off the non-Steam versions, we've started pushing the limits up a little bit as well, because that's another factor, how the version itself works. Because GOG, you're a bit more locked in with stuff, or disc as well.
Copy.
It lived! My beautiful recusant baby, it lived. I think. Unless I just missed the explosion at the end. I think it had a hard point left. Yeah, we're good.
Planetary control achieved.
There we go. So... Well, we'll keep building this one up. If we give it another week, we can build a second Invincible at
Construction complete.
Mandalore. But I don't know what they have there. Would they have left it more empty? Here, you go over there. You, Yellow Sign, are going to be our Pathfinder to Cowron. I think the Gozanti were a Pathfinder and then they died before. That might be where that's going.
Tactical battle imminent.
Okay. Hi there, units.
Inbound.
Choose your reinforcements.
Alright. Kryn,
Reinforcements en route.
Alucard.
Reinforcements en route.
It's a lot of frigates. Regular Invincible up here.
Reinforcements en route.
Recusant back there. Oh! That's an HV gun. Gozantis. Oh no, Gozantis are still here. Shippy McShipface.
We're on the move.
Let's get ship-faced.
Reinforcements
Wraith.
en route.
Aggressive negotiations. Sensational.
Coming
Special
about.
purpose entity. And jump gate.
Destination confirmed. The lasers are
Alright,
our
this group is gonna
Our target
that up.
priority is the laser cannon.
Attacking the lasers.
Those torpedo launchers
Nope.
must be destroyed. Awaiting
You move up
orders.
there so that Corinne can do nothing. Never mind.
Reporting. The lasers are our target. Our launch bay has been destroyed. The missile launchers are the primary target. Direct fire at their laser cannons. Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Firing.
They've got us targeted.
Copy.
This is... yeah.
Our shields are down. Can anyone else see him? I can't stay out here.
This is a loss.
Regroup for another attack.
Where are you?
Our engine is ready.
Maneuvers. I'm losing my engine.
Yuck. Without the HV gun, maybe, but they have more fighters than us. That was horrible. I didn't think Cowron would be a problem.
Building started.
Beginning construction.
Alright,
Construction complete. Tactical battle imminent.
okay, that's good.
System control achieved.
We win.
Cruiser reporting.
Building started.
You dicks. Well, they have 3 there now.
We're on our way.
Did they move the Bellator? You know what, since they moved all that stuff down there,
Construction complete.
let's see. Let's just see what's here. We'll hope the Bellator left slightly. Maybe cut off the ground
Tactical battle
forces.
imminent.
Okay, the hero's still there. But is the Bellator?
Coming.
Hypervelocity cannon firing.
Hold on. You just fire hypervelocity cannon at my smaller ship.
Choose your reinforcements. Reinforcements en route.
Wait a minute. The Secutor in there. There's stuff hiding.
Heavy cruiser standing by.
Secutor and a Golan. Forgot that guy was in a Secutor.
Captain here.
Okay, they missed the HV gun shot.
Preparing for jump to
never mind. We need at least 2 more capital ships in this fleet, I think.
Tactical battle imminent.
Ever thought, Imperial Loyalist is asking, ever thought of focusing more on Twitch than YouTube? I've thought about focusing more on Twitch than I have, but definitely not more on Twitch than YouTube. It is very difficult in terms of being able to, like, this is my job, so being able to make a living off of Twitch is a lot more difficult because you're really just relying on subscribers, like the paid subscribers for Twitch, which if you can get enough out of that, then great, but you also have to live stream, obviously, a lot more, so the hours you have to put in is definitely different. Like, Twitch as a platform offers a lot different stuff than YouTube does, so there's not quite the same potential that I see with YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Order, sir.
Especially because I'm, in addition to doing all the YouTube stuff and Twitch stuff, then there's also making the mod, which takes up a lot of time. So there's some, with YouTube I can like record, I can pick a day in the week and record a lot on that day, and then I can spread out the editing and uploading and all that throughout the week, whereas on Twitch you basically have to be doing it like 8 hours a day to get anywhere on the platform. So it's not really, and you, like, I play Empire at War most of the time, which isn't going to get a huge Twitch audience. It works better with Let's Play format, so a longer series of videos on YouTube. So same thing with like Stellaris, Sins of a Solar Empire works a bit more as a streaming game. But a lot of the bigger Twitch streamers, it's more stuff that you can drop in and out of a bit more than strategy games like this, which are a bit more longer term narrative, if you know what I mean. Like League of Legends, Fortnite, PUBG, all that stuff. The games only last 40 minutes. 40 minutes for League is shorter for whatever. But you know what I mean, where it's you can jump into the stream whenever, watch the match, and then it doesn't matter if you've missed something. So it doesn't really work quite as well for the kind of content I do.
We've come across enemy units. Spread out, man. Let's move out.
Like, I definitely want to mix in more Twitch with stuff, but it just, as a primary focus, it doesn't really make sense with, for me. Oh god.
Destroyed.
I copy.
Damn you, bombing runs.
Adjusting navigation. Scouting area. Advancing. Let's go. Advance. Right away. Targeting enemy. Engaging enemy. Reporting. Forward.
Ready.
I'll have to get a sensor array, I think.
Go.
There's another sensor node.
Keep going.
Yes, sir.
Right behind you.
Keep going.
Sensor node constructing.
Ready to go. This
Construction
way.
complete.
Over there.
Is it all just E-webs?
Yes, sir. This way. Over there.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Always ready, sir. Affirmative.
I guess I'll just get this
Roger.
our stuff to scout out
Sensor
more.
node constructing.
Reporting in.
Where are they?
Construction complete.
Scouting.
Reporting in. Moving out.
Roger that.
Unit destroyed.
Roger that. Advancing.
Right away.
Did they all hide in there?
Target
Some of them
in
did.
range.
Was that really
Turret constructed.
necessary, using a bombing run? Well, I guess it was necessary using a bombing run on that stuff, but this seems kind of rude.
Construction complete.
There we go. Okay. So they were just gonna try to sit back and OB bombing run spam us. Maldrude seems to be struggling with ground invasion AI more than other stuff. I don't know if it's just because of how Jump Troopers and EWEBs are, but like the PA, when they've invaded us, they've done much better. So, not sure what to make of that. But, let's see. That fleet's gonna come back there. We need to get through Thanos. We don't have the strength quite yet. We can clear them off Bandamir at least.
Construction complete.
Those are done. That'll be full. I'm gonna build some droidicas there. They can just roll out to some places and fight off infantry invasions, which seem to be what they're doing. Oh wait, we can afford a... Let's get Men of Harlech.
Vehicle in production.
Another invincible for that fleet down here.
Construction complete.
We'll be there shortly.
You come on. You need a capital for us.
Building started.
What I might actually do is sell some of the ones back here, because the new version of the building does give us a little bit of income, whereas the old ones didn't. So we can make some more credits off of that. Captain Arthur's asking, hey Corey, is multiplayer campaign going to work on Fall of the Republic? Is it going to be different from other mods or vanilla? So just like with ICW, we do plan to support multiplayer Galactic Conquest. The big problem that you have with multiplayer Galactic Conquest, though, is that you can't use story scripting, and if you try to use Lua scripting for much, like even just attaching it, trying to work in by attaching it to units and structures and stuff, then you are really raising the chance of a desync. So basically, you're stuck with a lot of vanilla mechanics, and with the way that we do stuff in ICW and Fall of the Republic, a lot of the game mechanics we introduce are reliant on our story and Lua framework, which means that a lot of the work that goes into making multiplayer Galactic Conquest work is just trying to strip out the other work we've done. So multiplayer Galactic Conquest has to be very basic. It has to essentially be vanilla mechanics, which is unfortunate, but that's all we can really do.
Your orders?
Turret constructing.
I copy.
Let's get me there. I mean, they're just gonna try to bombing run down this corridor again, I think.
Scanning area.
So maybe we'll send you guys over the river and through the woods.
Order acknowledged.
Construction complete. Turret constructing.
Ready for combat.
Now, you can try to do some Lua stuff with it, but EAW multiplayer is already fairly prone to desyncs, and that seems to just make it even worse. Which is why we had to do, or part of why we had to do, a completely different set of units for skirmish even, so we could get rid of a lot. We could get rid of all the attached Lua scripts, and then also get rid of some of the abilities that are GC centric, like the single unit retreat and all that.
They're in this direction.
Ready to roll. Roger that. Let's move out.
We are victorious.
Yay! Alright. They have no more space units there, so that means we won. And they left there, too. So let's get a headquarters.
Tactical battle imminent.
Building.
I won't even bother with that. We'll get a headquarters and a barracks.
Enemy forces ahead.
Choose your reinforcements.
Contruum Conundrums. Maybe I'll steal that for the episode title. And give you no royalties, Rogue.
Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements en route.
It's nice to have a small fleet we can beat up on for once.
Reinforcements en route.
After all the sadness this episode.
The lasers are our target.
Every time we reach a point where I think, okay, now it's going to be smooth sailing from here on out. Going to make the playthrough as boring as possible. We start running into more problems, which I like. It's good for the game.
For the
I'm getting
Empire.
torn apart.
Destroy the enemy.
Like, all the factions have been holding on pretty well except for the New Republic. Obviously, Zinj is dead.
Take another hit like that.
But
Someone cover me.
Changing course to intercept.
I'm in a tight spot.
part of our problems have just been because the economy is so underdeveloped right now.
Our target priority is the
But hopefully it can be sort of a feeling that we keep without the, like, keep the back and forth feeling without making it feel limited or frustrating. They haven't been frustrated yet, which is good.
The lasers are our target. Falling out of
Bye! Alright. So I think for this episode we're going to leave it there. I will be continuing the Twitch stream, so we'll record at least one more episode. But later today, for those of you watching the YouTube version, at 3 p.m. EST, we're going to be doing our first community match in a while, so make sure if you want to participate in that, you have the Steam version of Empire at War with the Steam Workshop copy of the mod installed. When the live stream is up, I'll put up a lobby, and then whoever wants to join can join. We'll probably play through 3 or 4 games, see how it goes. Hopefully not too many issues with that. Sometimes it works really well, sometimes it doesn't, because Empire at War. But thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye.